Minister of Tourism Patricia Mdhluli is hosting the G20 Tourism Ministers Meeting in Mpumalanga today, and the event will bring tourism ministers together to finalise the action plan that is poised to drive sustainable tourism development among the G20 member countries. Now let's cross back to Ayanda Nyathi, who's at the Kruger National Park. And Ayanda, you did touch on all of these very key interesting touch points with regard to sustainable development of tourism. But of course, we're all hoping to entice people from the member countries to visit our countries. There was the hackathon that was taking place, so quite a bit happening there.
Absolutely, Sakina. Look, it's not as busy as B Street, but the momentum will certainly pick up here at any moment now when the ministers finally start arriving. And ahead of all of that, of course, there is all these important security measures that are being put in place. We'll speak to the spokesperson for police here in Mpumalanga in just a moment, but you've touched on a number of issues that are worth highlighting once again, which is around this call from the minister for there to be implementable plans on the other side of the discussions that have taken place in this province over the past couple of days. The hackathon, we also saw young people who are so passionate about growing tourism in a sustainable way. We saw that take place yesterday as well. And the idea behind that is that it's meant to be the G20 working group's legacy project. So many questions are asked about what happens once the delegates are done and the talking is finished and the G20 presidency moves on to the next country, which we know is the United States. That kind of project is meant to pick up, if you like, from where delegates would have left off on the other side of these talks. And so I imagine the minister, when she delivers her own remarks in that much anticipated address later on this morning, will have to touch on those issues. But I did mention that, of course, part of what comes with holding successful conferences and meetings like this is making sure that everyone is safe. And with that, let's bring in our guest. The spokesperson for police in Mpumalanga is Brigadier Mdhluli, and we've grabbed him literally as he was entering here. So, Brigadier, thanks very much indeed for making time to speak to us. We saw earlier on some kind of briefing session take place with the police here, who are visibly present from the moment you arrive. Take us through what the expectation has been on you as officers in order to make sure people are safe.
Good morning to you as well as to the viewers. Yes, indeed, this is one of the most high-class event, an international one. So we have been planning for many weeks with our stakeholders. The security cluster is made out of not only police and SANDF, but also with other stakeholders, BMA and other role players. So the plan has shown to be successful in terms of ensuring it's better even that here it's a closed place. It's a Kruger National Park, and also we ensured that in terms of gaining access here, we have put up all the security measures, though we cannot share those little details that all that will be coming here have got to be checked. And also we ensure that our dignitaries, those that are going to be participating here, they've got a safe event. So everything has run smoothly, and we began a few days back with the mini events that were conducted also in various areas around, including where these guests are being accommodated. We ensure that they are safe. So we don't anticipate anything going bad, but we're hopeful that everything will go well.
Yeah, absolutely. Very briefly, Brigadier, if you can. I know part of what your work entails is protecting people from human threats, but because we're in the Kruger National Park, there's also, I imagine, a lot of people who are worried about the animals. You have to be working, I imagine, with people from the park itself to ensure that all threats are eliminated, for lack of a better term.
Yes, indeed. Part of the stakeholders is the Sun Park, as we know that this is their place. So even other guests that were accommodated here, they ensured that they are safe, working together with other stakeholders. So people should just relax. Nothing will happen to them. Everything is safe. The animals are where they should be. And also in terms of if anything could happen, we've got our members from the Sun Park that are going to deal with that.
All right, Brigadier Donald Mdhluli, thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. The Brigadier, of course, is the spokesperson for police here in Mpumalanga, and I can't think of a better place to showcase the best of what South Africa has to offer outside of the Kruger National Park. You don't actually have to go too far to spot some of the animals. In fact, in our drive in very early this morning, we're able to do exactly that, and I imagine that's part of the pull, really, part of what the showpiece is going to be about. South Africa putting their best foot forward with the hopes that the talks here, as I mentioned, culminate in some kind of material change in people working in the tourism industry.
Thank you so much, Ayanda, bragging to us there about that impromptu game drive driving into the venue.